I felt inspired today to come on and talk about this idea of the lone wolf. So, for many years, I was identified as a lone wolf type, right? Um, I love to be alone. Any moment that I had, I would choose to be in that spaciousness because in that aloneness, I was able to access that inner stillness more easily because, quote unquote, there was no one touching my stuff, right? So, in a certain sense, I kind of locked myself in this very peaceful location that me and my family were living in at the time. And I cut off a lot of connections over the years because I just didn't want to be in any certain energy. I just wanted to chase that experience of stillness and being in my own little bliss bubble, so to speak. And I talked about this in an earlier video, and it was a very popular video. And I think that a lot of people fall into this kind of lone wolf um, role, right? Where you just walk the path alone, right? And through walking that path alone, it can be a very peaceful path. But what has unfolded for me in my direct experience is it's changing in that all these direct experiences that are coming into my life, I am noticing that they are sometimes chaotic. They are sometimes very interesting in the fact that I would never have expected certain things. Like, for example, I find myself living in a very large city for a longer period of time. I find myself making deep connections with different people that in other times of my life, I kind of shut myself off from that. So for those years, I avoided those experiences and I pulled away from people. I pulled away from situations. I pulled away for anything that felt too triggering, too chaotic, and too full of, negative energy. And I thought that I was protecting my peace. But really, what I see so clearly now is that I was cutting myself off from life itself. I was creating resistance to what was unfolding in my life by putting myself in my peace bubble. And so I labeled discomfort as a sort of danger, and I mistook that solitude for that safety. But in the deepest sense, if you are living through your true self, right? You know that everything, I mean, everything arises in this field of awareness, right? And that there is no good, there is no bad. There is just energy, right? And just experience. And it is just life unfolding moment by moment. And if you truly live in that presence, you will start to see something, I believe, because it has been my direct experience, that you will start to see that we are not here to avoid life. We are here to live it fully, to feel it, to move with it, to be touched by it. And that includes the messy parts in life. I mean, I don't always have perfect peace around me. I have two little sons that like to beat up on each other and fight. And that's part of the messy life, right? And even, awkward conversations or if people don't get you, even the moments that don't go as you planned them. Let go of that doer and just rest in your own presence and see what life wants to come through for you. Because connection isn't the opposite of peace. It is an expression of it. So maybe you're like me and you are realizing that your lone wolf era is coming to an end. Perhaps it served you at one time, but if you are feeling that pull to live life to the fullest, to open yourself up to situations, relationships, things that you wouldn't have normally done in the past because you wanted to walk alone and you wanted to be in your cabin in the woods and no one bother you, right? Maybe it's coming to an end. I know it has come to an end for me. And, nothing was wrong with that era for me. It was sacred and it gave me a space to connect to the inner parts of myself, to go very, very deep, to listen and to remember who I was. But now, life is taking a different chapter. It's unfolding in a different way, and it's putting me in situations that in the past I wouldn't have necessarily been up for. I would have closed them off. So maybe it's time to come back to life itself for you and let yourself be seen, let yourself be loved, and let yourself play. My goodness, I really held out from joy and play. And you don't have to protect yourself from life anymore. You are life in the deepest sense. And perhaps life is just calling you to dance again with it. And you're not too sensitive. You're not too much. You're not too broken. You are ready in this moment. If you feel a deep resonance with, connecting with life itself and seeing what unfolds for you, maybe this video is for you because based off of my direct experience, if I truly allow the experiences to unfold, it is just more and more about that deeper connection with what is unfolding in the eternal now, and that there is no separate self. And the more you realize that, the more you're going to see that you are connected to all that is. And if you try to control yourself in your bliss bubble, like I did for many years, that that cuts you off from that totality of who you truly are. I hope this video resonates with some of you. If not, just leave it. And I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Namaste.